Well, hello there, cadets. We had a little bit of a problem yesterday with the weather. Luckily, Major Hazzard survived it, though, and we're able to do our show today. So welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Joanne. Again, yes, our first afternoon installment of General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. I'm General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired, and my able-bodied assistant is Major Millie Hazzard.
Hello,
who
General.
I thought was going to fly off to the land of Oz yesterday.
Well, it was a close call, but you know, New York is strong. I'm New York strong. Although unfortunately, I love the new opening, but unfortunately, I ran the old one. You know, the old one was what I ran.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
I was
okay.
like,
yeah,
why
we
did
do
that
have a new
happen?
opening.
We have
It's
a new
very
opening.
minuscule change. There's a
I
new
know,
King
but I
Kong
liked
thing in
it.
there.
There's a King Kong. We'll get him for next week. I was very disappointed in myself because I thought it was the new one. The new one looks awesome, but of course the old one looks awesome. So that was its last.
Again, it's basically the same thing. It's just a newer Kong in there.
It's a newer Kong, but I like it.
We did King Kong Lives last time.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool watching him bound down that mountain. So I figured let's change that, because the other Kong was the old Kong from '62, and he was like, you know, he looked a little unstable. So
it's a very accurate impression. You know, we do have a friend named Rory, the man of 1,000 voices, Penland, and he does impressions. He could maybe train you to keep working on your skill.
See, I'm going to get cancel cultured now, because cancel culture. Which one is it? Anyway,
I think it's cancel culture.
From the King Kong fans, because they're like, hey, we love Kong 62. What's wrong with you? Don't make fun of him.
They sound a little bit. They sound a little nasally. Maybe they should take a cough drop or something.
So they sound like Bruce Lowe.
Yeah, they sound like Bruce Lowe.
Nobody knows who the hell that is. I always do references on the show to the universe that we are part of, and nobody else is. You know, so those 100 people are laughing. The rest of the world, what the hell is he saying? Why is that funny?
We have inside jokes, you know, but we want to include everyone, but we do also have our little inside jokes. And the more you watch the show, the more you'll know. Like for right now, for example, the General likes peach tea. I don't know if it's peach tea in there, but when he drinks, he makes General noises.
Yes, it's mango peach tea, yes.
You see, now this is the thing. Now everybody loves when the General has his mango peach tea because he makes certain noises. And I'm going to be quiet for just a second, and we'll see if we.
See, now you've made me self-conscious about it, so I'm trying not to make noises.
No, you got to make the noises. It's
like when somebody's smacking food.
No, you got to make the noises.
And they go, oh wow, that food really sounds good. And then you go.
The noises are so pleasurable for so many of your fans, General. It's just a wonderful thing.
So I don't know whether to make noises or not. You know. Hazzard seems to like it, so I got to keep her happy.
A happy
See,
Hazzard.
that's her happy.
A happy Hazzard is a happy life for everyone.
That's her happy. So
I'm so happy the tornadoes allowed me to be here today. Thank you to the tornadoes.
Right. You know, I mean, I'm glad it didn't take you away, and you know, you wake up and it's
we represent the lollipop guild, the lollipop guild, the lollipop guild.
You know. So very happy about that.
Very accurate. Like I said,
I'll get you my pretty and your little lab coat too.
I cannot believe that the General knows how to do impressions. I am just gobsmacked right now. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, I'm not the man of 1,000 voices, but I can do a few.
You're not. You can do a few, and if you study his technique, you'll learn even more. That's all I can do.
There's no technique for that. Okay, you're born
natural.
with it.
It's a natural.
Yeah, it's a God-given gift. You're born with it, you know, and you just got to deal with it.
Well,
So
today we were talking before we came on, and we were talking, and I said, "Look, MechaGodzilla is like one of my
we were
favorite
talking.
things ever." We were talking. We have a coffee. We were
Yes.
talking, and on the call before, yeah. And we decided that if you mechanize anything, it gets instantly cooler. Like you could have a Mecha Hazard, a Mecha Howitzer, you know, a
Yeah,
Mecha
if you want to
Joanne.
make yourself instant badass, just put Mecha in front of your name. Hi, I'm Mecha Lemuel.
I
I'm
think it's a
Mecha
great.
Millie. Mecha Millie sounds really
Mecha
good.
Millie sounds awesome, and it's so cool because you said I asked you about Mecha Godzilla,
Mecha
and you
Hazard.
said yeah, and you said Mecha Godzilla is like really badass, so it's the mecha that makes him the
Yeah, that's what the
badass.
fans like him for. He's the most formidable foe of Godzilla. He's even worse than King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah always gets his ass beat. But Mega Godzilla, it's a wow. He's really kind of whumping Godzilla's butt there. What's going on? How is he going to get out of this? So, and it's definitely true in this case, which was the first movie to feature MechaGodzilla. And again, MechaGodzilla is the best part of this movie. King Cesar is an interesting addition to the kaiju world who brought in this movie. He's the savior of Okinawa, so kind of a limited territory there for him, but he's there. And again, he's a pretty bad, formidable foe in his own right. But he and Godzilla team up to beat MechaGodzilla, and it makes you wonder: can Godzilla beat MechaGodzilla by himself? So here we have the first slide, and I guess you're just going to run right into the.
Well, you were
into the
talking about it. I
timeline.
got excited. I got so excited. I wanted to see what you were talking about. So let's introduce the cadets to all of the beautiful pictures here.
But yeah, this is the first shot in the movie, and it's Anguillus. Now I'm going to call him Anguillus here. I know a lot of people call him Anguirus. That's the name that's in the American dubs, Anguirus. But really, in the original Godzilla Raids Again, when Anguillus shows up, this is short for Ankylosaurus. So I'm going to call him Anguillus. I'm a little peach tea burp.
We love it. Keep it coming.
Keep those peach tea sounds coming.
Thank you.
So this is Anguillus. He's roaming around looking like he doesn't know where the hell he's at. He's he's doing his thing, and then a mountain blows up, and that's the beginning of the movie. Are you confused yet? So yeah, a mountain blows up, revealing the title of the movie, Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. And at 1 minute and 45 seconds, we're off to a peaceful temple somewhere. Confused yet? So Anguillus and Godzilla would make short work of this. I would think, this poor little temple area. And this is actually, it turns out this is the temple of the King Cesar, the Okinawan temple. So that we find out in 3 minutes. There she is. She's the priestess of the King Cesar temple, for lack of a better adaptation of it. She freaks out. Okay, she maybe she doesn't like being photographed. There's people photographing her there, which it's a tourist attraction. But she sees a vision of King Ghidorah in this vision, and that's all we see of it is just one quick flash of King Ghidorah, and he doesn't even appear in this film anywhere. After this vision, that's it. He's done. Are you confused yet? At 4:10, the girl's grandfather shows up, looking very traditional Hong Kong kung fu character, and like he can help. What's wrong? A monster, she cries, and that is from the royal family of Mizui, I guess is I can't read my own writing here. Mizumi, that's it. Sorry, couldn't read my own writing there. Now this guy was the guy that was he was the photographer, and he's got a brother that he's hanging out with there in Okinawa, and he goes to a cave. Okay, for no apparent reason. I guess he's going to photograph the cave, and he finds a piece of metal strange piece of metal. Okay. So, and now his brother now is off to another cave that they found. Oh, a little too fast. He's off to another cave that they found. And it's got all kinds of paintings on the wall, and there's a King Cesar statue there. So that's important. Confused yet? At 6:50, 7:15, archaeologist Inspector Psycho shows up. She's got a nice smile. She's all smiles in this. Aliens are attacking. She's smiling. You know, she's all smiles. I've got another small note here that I can't read. Okay. Anyway, 8 minutes. She helps to decipher a prophecy telling of the protector King Cesar, written on the walls by the ancient Okinawans. And because Kaisuke, that's the guy's name, he's the brother, he says, "Are you sure?" And I'm thinking, you're in Okinawa, bonehead. Who else could have written it? What, the Americans come over before they even established America? Did they write it on the walls? No. It's ancient Okinawans. Idiot. So at 9:40, 9:15 at the college, Psycho gets a visit from a bad man. I'm going to call him bad man number 1. Okay. And he looks like a bad man. He's got a nice big mustache, little beard. Usually that means bad men in Asian movies.
Well, I wanted to know why you keep calling that pretty little doctor or whatever, you calling her Psycho. I don't know. Why is she psycho? Why is she is she crazy or something?
Psycho.
Oh.
That's her name. Saeko. Psycho.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did I say psycho? I'm sorry.
I just kept thinking she was psycho. I just expected her to go and do something crazy to MechaGodzilla. Like maybe like her being psycho was like part of how her
Mecha
defense
Psycho.
was. Oh, she's Mecha Psycho. Okay, well, I don't think she'd make a good girlfriend. Then.
She's somebody you don't want to make your girlfriend. Okay,
she might not.
She's going to be ex-Mecha Psycho ex-girlfriend.
It's too much.
And that would be bad.
That would be bad.
That would be
even
really
with the
bad.
Pretty smile.
That's like my ex-superhero girlfriend with Uma Thurman. Do you remember that movie? Did anybody ever see that movie?
I did.
She throws a giant shark in the window. We should do that movie.
We should do that movie. Why haven't we done it? Yes.
How can you protect yourself against a superhero ex-girlfriend who's psycho?
Okay, but this one's not. So okay, here we go. I'll put it back.
No, she's not. Her name is just Psycho, and she's not really Mecha. And he's a bad guy number 1. But there's another bad guy number 2. He's watching. And oh my God, it's not even wintertime, and he's wearing this spy coat. Look at that spy coat. Good God. At 11 minutes, everyone meets at the same flight to Tokyo. Imagine that. What are the odds? Including the second bad man, who says he's a freelance reporter and he wants a scoop story. Yeah, right. And he's smoking on the plane. Look at him. Everybody there hates him now. He really is a bad man. And they're all in coach. So they look out the window at 11:30, and it's only viewable from this Tokyo flight. But hey, here's the first sign of the prophecy: a mountain in the sky. Confused yet? Wait. Looks like Bob Ross painted it. Happy little mountain. Happy little mountain. 13 minutes, it turns out that the famous Professor Wagura, who Saeko is going to visit, that's our hero's uncle. So the joke is on Saeko. And now meanwhile, 13:30, meanwhile at Miyajima Labs, that's Dr. Miyajima right there, Professor Miyajima. He's inspecting that piece of metal that the photographer brother found. And the photographer brother, he's sitting there looking confused as Miyajima explains that it's space titanium. Oh, wait a minute, we moved ahead. 15:30. Let me get up there. One more forward. 13:50. Nope, I guess that's got out of order. Badman number 1 attacks Wagura to get the Cesar statue. He's got a Walther with a silencer on it, Not only does the bad man try to smother our hero in this next shot, but he also punches him a couple of times in the face while he's trying to smother him. Now, you got to hand it to Kaisuka. That's this guy's name. Oh, yeah, next slide. The Kaisuka, he literally gets his ass handed to them by this guy, but before the uncle grabs the Walther and scares the guy off, Saeko is supposed to run with the statue, which that didn't happen. But Kaisuko goes out looking for the guy for another ass whooping. That's tough. We should call him Mecha Kaisuko. Because, yeah, he's looking for more ass whipping. 1830, a mountain blows its top, and Godzilla appears. The prophecy? A monster will come. And they're watching it right there on their 13-inch TVs at 19 minutes. 20 minutes back at the Okinawa temple, they're freaking out. It's the prophecy! Godzilla's the monster! Yeah, well, thanks, Dad. 20.35, a puppy dog face Godzilla. That's the one. That's what I call him, puppy dog face Godzilla, this one. He was only in a couple of movies, Godzilla vs. Megalon and this one. And he's got a puppy dog face. Now, I have a theory about this. Is this Minya grown up? Minya from 1968? Is he all grown up now? Maybe. That's my theory. Anyway, he shows up and shows a little Godzilla teen angst there. And then Anguillus shows up at 21:30. He's showing up for a fight. Now, Kasuko, who's driving by in his car, he just happens to be driving nearby, says aloud in his car, something's wrong. Anguirus shouldn't attack his friend, Godzilla. Now, what's hysterical is the fact that he takes the time to say this aloud in his car. I don't know why, but there it is. At 21:50, Anguillus knocks a piece of Godzilla's skin off of his arm, revealing metal. Interesting. A little metal gleam there coming from his arm. It's not really Godzilla, but Anguillus knew that all along. Okay? But he gets his ass beat. Anguillus knew that all along. That's his face saying, hey, I knew all along. But he gets his ass beat. Because it's MechaGodzilla. He's disguised as Godzilla. Next slide. I'll drink some peach tea. Should we handle? Are we getting any people sending messages? I think Hazzard's in the bathroom.
I'm here. I just had to go close my window because the lawnmower guy came and it was very loud. So I just had to go and.
Mine come on Saturday mornings. I love that. 8:30, like clockwork.
They know
Saturday morning.
It's impeccable timing. Every time that I'm having a show, the lawnmower guy comes. I swear it's like Murphy's Law.
I wish there was a horror movie about homeowners associations. We would run that on the show right away. A homeowners association
yes, it's a
that terrorizes its complex.
I think it was called Lawnmower Man. Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man. There we go. We're going to have to do that one. Lawnmower Man. What do you do with a Lawnmower Man?
I think that would be a good option. We should definitely do that one.
All right. Next slide, please. So I keep seeing this picture of Anguillus's face, which is like, hey, I knew that all along. That's what that face says. Next, please. Oh, my God. There we go. Take that, bitch. I've been waiting to say that for 5 minutes now. Anguillus hasn't won a fight in films up to this point. So we pretty much bet against him anyway, I think. As a matter of fact, I don't think Anguillus has won a fight in any film he's ever been in, which is sad because he's got spunk. He's got character. Now, this particular Godzilla that we're looking at here, the puppy face dog Godzilla, he even does the King Kong rip the jaw loose move with Anguillus, sending him scurrying off. I think you like that slide, that last one. So there he is.
Because he
pulling
looks
his
very emotive. He has a lot of empathy and compassion in his eyes. He looks
empathy
very
and compassion. He looked like, I'm going to kick your ass.
I don't think so. I think his spirit was very kind.
Go back to
in
that slide.
I'd love that.
Let's talk
slide.
about this. Go back to that
It's
slide.
really beautiful. Look at that. I know what you're
That's
saying
not
with the
empathy
brow,
and emotion. That's
but
I'm
this
going to
is-
kick your ass.
but he.
Look
I
at the
feel
look
like
in
he
his
has
eyes.
Well, okay.
I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's the
rip
puppy
your
dog
jaw
face.
loose from your face.
I think it's the puppy dog face that got me confused because he looks so cute. I
It
just
is a
wanna
puppy
give him
dog face.
cuddle. I just want to cuddle.
But he
him.
just looks angry. It's an angry puppy dog face.
Well, I think you're correct because, of course, we do know what he does next. I mean, this
when
is
you see
not-
the real Godzilla show up, you'll see the difference. There's
Okay.
empathy and love in his heart. You'll be able to see it. We'll point that out when the real Godzilla shows up.
It is. There's a different.
But he's ripping Anguillus's jaw loose.
It's so awful. Oh, I
So-
can barely watch it. It's so.
And his blood is
horrific.
pink. I don't know why, but his blood is pink.
I don't know.
Okay, here's what this is Zone Fighter. Okay, he was one of the like Ultraman kind of guys back in the early 70s, and at this time, Godzilla was actually making appearance on this kid's show. He was making appearances, puppy dog face Godzilla, on this show. Pop
That's
to the next
awesome.
slide, and I'll show you. I'll
Okay.
show you what I mean.
Well, we gotta go to the next email now.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's what we you know, we can
Anybody
go for it.
write in any texts to the show? How are you enjoying it
Yes.
so far?
Someone
Space
said
Titanium.
Titanium.
Yeah,
and
space
yes,
titanium, not found in any place on the Earth.
Space
So-
titanium. I love
So I don't know
that.
how the professor realizes it's space titanium because we've never discovered it. He's like, "Well, this is space titanium." How do you know that?
Well, he
It's
knows.
never been found on Earth.
Here we
I'll
go.
catch the
We go
replay when I get home. No, please watch from your car. So there's Godzilla shaking Zone Fighter's hand. Okay, so you know I'm not lying. That's not Jet Jagular, and believe me, he's not Jet Jagular.
Isn't it Jet
Where's Jet
Jaguar?
Jaguar?
I think it's Jet Jaguar.
I call him Jagular
I think it's
because
Jaguar.
it sounds like jugular. Jet Jaguar, Jet
It's a very beautiful
Jaguar.
song.
That's what they call him over there in Japan.
Oh,
There's a
okay.
song.
Yeah, there's a song, but I still haven't
Itora
listened
mitiro ho, mitiari ho ho, eh. Jagai, Jagai. I'm a grown man, folks.
That was the
I
best
am.
thing that we've ever had on Cosmos Television ever, and we got to clip it and put it on TikTok.
I
We're gonna
actually
make a TikTok.
punched my camera.
That
I
was
gave him
awesome.
a punch. So Zone Fighter is not this guy, okay? This guy's kind of cool. I shouldn't say Zone Fighter's not cool. He had his own little kind of niche. He had a family. It was an Ultraman family. There was even a kid and his wife, and they used to fly around in a spaceship. Yeah, anyway, you can see it on YouTube. They've got shows of it on YouTube. It's pretty weird. And Godzilla was making appearance, and Gigan made an appearance. King Ghidorah made an appearance on the show. But the funniest part about that is, next slide, Godzilla has a bat cave. He does, I swear to God. That's him coming out of his bat cave. The doors open up on each side of the cave. And he comes out. It's the best. And and it's very hard to find this clip because I think they took it out of Zone Fighter because people were teasing them so much. Very hard to find this clip on YouTube, but you can find it. Every Godzilla appearance on Zone Fighter, I think, is the name of the movie. But that's him coming out of his bat cave to go help Zone Fighter, which is really hysterical. Okay, so back to the movie. Professor Miyajima and the boys inspect another piece of space titanium that they found after Godzilla kicks Anguillus's butt. So they decide, hey, let's go back to that Okinawan cave, where you found the first piece of the metal. Now, while they're doing that, 26 minutes, Godzilla attacks the oil refineries by the waterfronts. But he's got a yellow beam, not his standard blue flame coming out of his mouth. So that's another clue right there. It's kind of like the Jedi's lightsabers, it's like, okay, you've got a green beam. You must be a Jedi. Oh, wait, it's a red beam. He must be Sith. So this Godzilla is Sith. All right, that's what I'm trying to say. 2630. Wait a minute. Mace Windu had a purple beam though. What the hell? I want me a purple beam. What the hell? 2630. Hey gang. On the way to the cave, let's watch Godzilla burn up the factories. These guys get in their car, they pile into the car to go get close to Godzilla as he's destroying things. Not very smart. You know, one of them's a professor. But there it is. There they are. I mean, they're close enough where the flames are reflecting off their windshield, for crying out loud. So there's MechaGodzilla dressed up as Godzilla still. He's just tearing up everything. Then the real Godzilla shows up. Try to defame my name, will you? Why I oughta. Two Godzillas. 27 minutes. What does this mean? Daddy Godzilla's angry? One of them's a fake. That's what it means. Oh, and here we go. We finally meet the person who's responsible for this charade. An alien commander hell-bent on taking over the Earth. All right. This is actor Goro Mutsumi. And this is the reason we're doing this movie right now. We just found out a couple of days ago, and he's been gone for like 6 months now. He passed away. But they just announced that he passed away just a few days ago. So I decided, only out of honor and respect, hey, let's give this guy his nod. He was in both the Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla movies. The movie right after this was called Terror of MechaGodzilla. Hey, and he shows up again as another alien commander. Evidently, they all look alike. And yes, he has doors. Yes. Alien complexes do have doorways. So there he is. So again, that is Goro Mutsumi. Japanese actor. Oh, and he likes cigars too. This alien commander likes a good cigar. So yeah, you gotta love that. And so I gotta skip that one now. He's blowing everything up. Godzilla's blowing everything up. Let's get out of the car for a better look-see. Again, not only do they drive up to the terrible destruction, devastation, they decide, hey, we got to get closer. Let's get out of the car. I want the heat. I want to feel the heat waves on my face. When rubble comes our way, I want to dodge it. So anyway, they get a better look-see. 29 minutes. Godzilla realizes that beauty is only skin deep. He zaps MechaGodzilla's phony body, and you can see the MechaGodzilla showing through. And then they finally reveal MechaGodzilla at 29:20, almost exactly 30 minutes in the movie, which is usually when movies take a turn in a different direction. They decide, let's show off Godzilla, and MechaGodzilla, and there he is. Okay, now Major Hazzard, this is going to be a montage that it's going to have to be kind of quick. His feet are bad. Stay with me for this one. His feet are bad. His knees are bad. His crotch, really bad. Finger missiles, total badness. Chest plate, okay, it's kind of clunky like a Toyota. But even his breath is bad. Boy, I'm telling you, bad. Thank you for following me along with that. And he even has a Clint Eastwood kind of stare. Damn. So, and there's no empathy in those eyes. I can tell you that. There's no
empathy there. I can see that. There's just total business.
He's just a mecha badass.
He sure is.
And that's like a Clint Eastwood shot right out of a Ennio Morricone movie. Or no, what's the Sergio Leone movie? Boo! Wah, wah, wah. So MechaGodzilla's got kind of this rumba kind of badass. Boom, 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 boom. He's got this badass theme song too. He's not only a badass robot, he's got a badass theme song. He can rumba, man. And Godzilla, he seems ready to fight. Granted. Yeah, see, he looks very determined there. No empathy in those eyes. Well, okay, maybe a little empathy. Because it's a real Godzilla. So they blast each other at the same time. Yes. And the blast blows them both back. They both end up scampering off. MechaGodzilla has a little damage. Actually, a lot of damage. And he has to fly off. This guy can fly! Why didn't they just do that sooner in the movie?
I'm totally blown away. I can't believe that he can fly like that. I mean, what is it? How is the mechanism able to get the airlift like that? Is it like an airplane, or is it like a shuttle?
It's like he's farting from the bottom of his feet.
There's some kind of fuel. Like, what is his fuel source? I don't know. Where does the fuel source?
Where's my MechaGodzilla?
Let's find out.
It's like he's farting from the bottom of his feet. so it's like, and he takes off.
This is really good.
That's how he does it.
I'm just gonna say, this is like my favorite show we ever did. This is so great.
I'm in a mood today. I really am.
I know, and
there he goes.
Too. I love it. Oh, we have the
there he
actual
goes.
special effects. Hold on, wait, do it again.
I have my MechaGodzilla sound effects machine right here. On a particularly bad day, off he goes. Hey, he's flying again.
Where's Ruby Ray?
Oh, he's having trouble.
Ruby has one too.
He's having trouble taking off. I swear it's not the beach tea.
This is like Replay Squad, we want to greet you and thank you for being here. I'm thinking of the replay. Do the peach tea now.
While my host composes himself.
I can't.
If I was Hazzard, I'd be going like this right now.
It's good. This is the best episode. Look at what somebody said. Some good tea. That's some good tea. We know we got
some good tea right there. You'll take off.
There's some schnapps in that tea. I think there's some schnapps.
Be farting from the bottom of your feet. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I can't even watch him fly without laughing.
I can't watch this.
Move to the next slide. Quick.
And it's from his feet, though. Feetfinder.com. That's for Sandy.
Well, you know, we watch it. We had. Oh no, you wouldn't know because it's not posted yet. The Gamera movie. He kind of farts and his shell goes around. You need to get that up on the
There's a
episode
lot of
7.
Farting. Episode 7.
Episode 7. Gamer Guardian of the Universe. Just reminding you.
Okay, thank you.
2 months.
Appreciate
2 months later.
2 months later, I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit
it. So there he is. There he is. He's had some peach tea. He's off. Now this is actually MechaGodzilla. What's in his head? That's inside MechaGodzilla's head, right there. Go figure. He looks like he's a disc. He looks like he has a disco head. This was the 70s. And there's our space commander again, our alien commander, and he likes a good cognac too. He has all the vices. In Tokyo, Professor Wagusa. Actually, this guy is actually in a lot of Godzilla movies. He's in a lot of them. He's in Godzilla Raids Again. He's the main character. He's in Godzilla versus Mothra, the original one from 1964, I believe. He's in a lot of the old Godzilla movies. And he was also, his last movie with Godzilla was Tokyo SOS. I wish I had written his name down. I think his name is Muzumi. Anyway, he's Professor Wagusa in this. 35 minutes, 3 of our heroes are captured in the Okinawan cave and are taken to see George Takei. Because George Takei did voice this guy's name, not him. That's also another great actor from the Tokyo movies. He's in the first Godzilla as Dr. Serizawa. He was the first guy to kill Godzilla. And he's in a lot of these. He's in almost all of them somewhere. So anyway, he must be a great guy to work with because they call him back again and again and again and again. And so anyway, he's the professor in this. He gets caught, and they make him work on MechaGodzilla to add insult to injury. And unfortunately, his daughter is there, so he's got to do it. Otherwise, his daughter's going to get killed. So he's got to work on MechaGodzilla. Now, Godzilla appears to be revitalized by lightning. Okay, come on now. Do you guys even watch the earlier films? Godzilla hates electricity. It's Kong that's revitalized by lightning. What the hell? So anyway, okay, so he's got a lightning thing going on here. All right, in the next scene, 41 minutes, on a slow boat to Okinawa, bad guy number 1 tries to steal the Cesar statue. Now, this time, Kaisuko is waiting in his room. How he knows which room the guy is in, I don't know. And let's suspend disbelief here. But he gives him a bad pee-pee punch. Look at that. Oh! Ah! Yeah, bad pee-pee punch. He's very pissed off that the guy tried to smother him and punch him at the same time. I guess that's what it is. Now, this guy gets shot in the face. Okay. And half of his face turns into a kind of a green, thorny gorilla kind of thing. So that's kind of weird. But not as good as Planet of the Apes, which came out a couple of years before. It's not very good makeup compared to what we've seen before. Anyway, okay, so they're fighting, and the guy falls over the side of the ship with the Cesar statue. Ah! So, Cesar statue's gone, right? That's what we think. But not true. Actually, it was a fake. They put a fake in the girl's room. The guy took the fake. He went over the side of the ship. So back at the complex where MechaGodzilla is, the professor finishes his fixing up the MechaGodzilla, and then he's thrown into the prison with his daughter and the photographer brother. And they're trying to burn him up, heat him up, like steam him up, like dumplings. So the other brother, Kaisuko, coming off the ship, decides, hey, I'm going to go to the cave too to try to find the professor. And he finds the professor's pipe. He's got like a special pipe that if you pull it into 2 parts and throw each part of the pipe to one side of the room, everything electrical is going to go crazy. Why he would create such a pipe, I don't know. Suspending disbelief again. But this guy, Kaisuko, is saved by bad guy number 2, who actually turns out to be, are you ready? A spy. Yeah, he works for the Japanese Secret Service. Of course. He's like the James Bond of, Japan. So, meanwhile, the professor and his daughter and the photographer are being steamed to death. I don't know why they just didn't shoot them. I mean, that would make more sense. No, I'm going to put you in a room that I've created that will steam you. That was my George Takei impersonation because he was voicing the guy. Next slide. And here's another insult to add insult to injury. They have a thermometer on the wall that shows you when you're done. Ding! Isn't that nice? So they're being parboiled, is what I'm saying. Our heroes get rescued at 56:45 by the 2 guys from the cave. They all get out safely. 58:45, the spy, the professor, and the brother. Yeah, they all decide to go back in. Why? Get the hell away from there, huh? So anyway, the others say, hey, we'll go to the temple. We'll take the Cesar statue to the temple. 1 hour and 3 minutes, the statue is placed at the shrine of King Cesar, and he's freed from his cave resting place. There's a little thing from the statue's eyes reflecting off the sun. It shows it actually kind of zaps that mountain and opens a hole up. Not sure how or why, but there it is. The director of this film is Jun Fukuda. Okay. When he does a Godzilla movie, it's all about low budget and you better suspend your disbelief because, we're just going to write weird shit that you'll be totally confused about, but hey, monster fights. So there's King Cesar resting in his cave, but he's asleep. He needs to be woken up. A Okinawa. He needs to be a Okinawa. That's kind of like, oh, anyway, never mind. But he needs to be woken up. That's what I'm saying. Okinawa, woken up. So naturally, to wake King Cesar, the priestess needs to sing a Maro Sato song. Usually Godzilla films are, the music is done by Akira Ifukube. But a couple of them were done by Maro Sato because he doesn't charge as much money. and he actually has some kind of cool theme songs in some of these movies. The battle theme song from this movie, which came from an earlier Godzilla movie called Son of Godzilla, is pretty badass. And again, you know, that rumba thing with MechaGodzilla. Kind of sounds a little like swing, 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 doesn't it? You gotta love that. Okay, so priestess singing to I'm sorry, this slide is MechaGodzilla. They you know, the commander says, hey, they've released King Cesar. Okay, let's send MechaGodzilla to tear his throat out. So he's about to fart again and take off. Oh, you know what? I think he walks. I mean, he could fart and fly over there, but he walks, you know, to give this woman time to sing a 3-minute song. So that makes sense. So there she is. She's singing to wake King Cesar up. And, you know, nice little karaoke moment. Maybe she should have a show on social media. Our 3 heroes go back into, you know, the secret complex only to be electrocuted as they come in. You know, they weren't expecting that, I guess. But he was the guy that runs the alien show. Our heroes are thwarted. King Cesar wakes up and the fight begins. Now, MechaGodzilla's got some badass light coming out of his eyes, light rays coming out of his eyes, but King Cesar can reflect those and send them right back to you, which is a kind of a cool kind of thing. And he's got puppy dog ears, so you got to love that. There was supposed to be a puppy dog ear slide. It's at the end of the show. We'll show it, and we'll refer back to it, but long story. Anyway, there he is with his puppy dog eyes. And again, he accepts the lasers into his own eyes and boom, shoots right back out at you. So you got to love that. So now what King Cesar is a protector. Now protectors usually look like dragons or lions. So he's supposed to look like one of the lion protectors, you know, just saying. So that makes sense. That's one of the things in the scripts that makes sense. He's a protector and they follow through with that. Now, MechaGodzilla and him go back and forth for a few minutes. It's pretty gnarly fight. But MechaGodzilla gets the upper hand and starts shoving his missile hands into King Cesar's mouth. And then Godzilla shows up. Dun, dun, dun. Godzilla shows up to the pool party. Time for some stomping. That's at 1 hour and 14 minutes. 1 hour and 14 minutes. MechaGodzilla is a formidable piece of machinery, okay? He's able to attack foes from both sides, front and back. By the way, there's 2 Godzilla suits. That's the wetsuit, as we call it. That's the Godzilla suit that they use for coming up out of the water. So evidently, it's more water resistant. So there he is, MechaGodzilla, fending off Godzilla from the front and King Cesar from the back. His head is backwards. He looks like the girl from Exorcist. And he can make a force field around himself by spinning his head around. So there it is. And Godzilla can't get through that. He burns his fingers on it. But Godzilla and King Cesar prevail, even though it doesn't look good here, thanks to the professor's James Bond smoking pipe. That's what tips the scale. So let's just show some slides of this fight. That's MechaGodzilla farting from his feet and shooting lasers at Godzilla's jugular vein. Jet jugular. jugular vein. That's what they need. They need jugular here. Jag-eye. That's what they need. And Godzilla's bleeding profusely from his mouth and neck. This was a kind of a strange shot in this movie. You know, this movie was supposed to be made for kids. but they got Godzilla's jugular vein popping. That's not kosher. And then he shoots, missiles into his chest. So it's not looking good for Godzilla, for the big G. Now, I got to tell you, the head on this doesn't look like the Godzilla head from the other. It doesn't look like the puppy dog face, but I could be wrong. There's a couple of scenes in this where they look like they used the old suit. Okay. Here is Godzilla using his newfound electric power. You remember he took the electricity in to his body to renew himself. And here he is showing off his electric ability to repair himself immediately. The missiles pop out of his chest and fly away. The bleeding stops. He turns himself into a magnet, a giant magnet, so that MechaGodzilla can't get away. MechaGodzilla tries to get away, but Godzilla's pulling him back. No matter how hard he farts from his feet, he can't get away. No matter how much peach tea they throw down him, he can't get away. And Godzilla gets his hands on his neck and head. And King Cesar shakes off the ass whooping that he had, and he starts banging him to loosen things up. And yeah, they pull his head off. They pull off MechaGodzilla's head. And at the exact same time that they do this, that's when the spy gets loose from his handcuff thingies with a ring that he brought with him. And then they throw the pipe to each end of the control room, and everything's done for the aliens. They're done. They're through. The alien complex blows up. Our guys are able to run out just in time, and Godzilla swims off into the ocean. And King Cesar goes back into his cave, and just magically, the minute he gets back into his perch, the cave blows up again and covers him. I don't know how. I don't want to know. Makes sense, right? Sure. Makes sense. Go figure. But that's how it is. It's a magical, mystical thing, I guess. I think there's one more slide. Okay, that's the alien commander when he turns into a gorilla. Say goodbye to the alien commander. He won't be back until the next movie. It's a different alien commander, but he looks the same. It's the same actor. And I had to see Godzilla in his Batcave again. I'm sorry. I just think that's so funny. That on that TV show, Zone Fighter, Godzilla has his own Batcave. It's only in one episode. That's the only shot right there of him doing the Batcave thing, but it's wonderful. He comes out of the cave, the door's open, he roars, the door's closed. And there's the puppy dog ears that I told you about from earlier. That's King Cesar, puppy dog ears, red eyes. Puppy dog ears, red eyes, big fur on his chest. Do you remember that old Santa Claus song? Anyway, that just came to me just now. Hello, Ruby Ray Moore. Hope you're enjoying the show. We just covered Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. And instead of merchandise, which is massive, the merchandise for this movie is massive. Because a lot of fans really like MechaGodzilla. They really do. He's Godzilla's most formidable foe. King Ghidorah always gets his butt kicked. MechaGodzilla, you're always wondering, oh, wow, how are they going to beat this guy? This is the first piece. This is the puppy dog face Godzilla. You can see the puppy dog face here. But the cool thing about this is, look at the shoulder. He's got the little metal chunk. It's MechaGodzilla in disguise. Yes, this action figure, when it comes from Bandai, it actually has a piece that you can, and I lost the piece, that you can put over that to cover it up. But I like to keep it, well, because I lost the piece. It's tiny. I like to call it the puppy dog face MechaGodzilla. There you go. So King Cesar, this is the first one. They've actually released one since then that looks a little different. Let me pull that out. Let me see if I can pull that out. Should have pulled that out earlier. Gosh darn it. I kept telling myself to. So these are the two King. This is the original. The camera's backwards. This is the original King Cesar that they released from Bandai in the 90s, I believe. What's it say on the bottom of his feet? I can't read it. That's the original one. And of course, he's fully posable. Ooh. And then this is the latest one that's come out. This has come out recently. And again, a little more detail to it. You can get this one now for about $25 on the internet. And he's a great little puppy dog saver. There are several Anguillas out there. This is the one from around this time, Godzilla versus Gigan, through Terror of MechaGodzilla. So there he is. Again, never won a fight in a movie. He's tenacious. He's a badass, but he never won a fight in a movie. Okay, so now let's talk MechaGodzilla. Okay, this is the MechaGodzilla from this movie, and from Terror of MechaGodzilla, which was 1975, right after. And again, he doesn't have the missiles on the bottom of his feet, which he should, but they have to put the thing from Bandai on the bottom that says which figure it is, which year. This was the 2009 figure. And again, he's a really impressive. Let me get it closer to the camera there. Sculpt. And again, he's fully posable. You know, you can move his head around and stuff, his body. And then they came out, Monster Arts, which has really articulated figures, came out with this really heavy. This is the second MechaGodzilla. It came around 1993, I believe. Once had a 7-foot Godzilla. He had a 7-foot Godzilla statue in his apartment. Wow. I wonder which one it was. If you got a picture, send it to us. We'll show it on the show. That's impressive. This is the second. This is my least favorite MechaGodzilla, just for the record. He's gay. And then we have what's called Kiru Godzilla, MechaGodzilla. Again, the last two were actually created by Earth forces to fight Godzilla because he's bad again in the later films. He's not a good guy that's trying to save Earth. And Kiru is very detailed. The interesting thing about Kiru is they have to airlift him to places. They got little things on his shoulders, and they just kind of lift him with air jets, and place him places. He can't fly in the traditional sense. So don't know why they went that route, but there it is. That's the Kiru version. And of course, the twisty hand. I call him the twisty hand MechaGodzilla. This is the one from the latest movie, the Monsterverse. The MechaGodzilla from King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong, the latest one, the newest one, and his tail is detached. But his mouth opens, and his arms are. So there you go. So that's a kind of a toy history of the MechaGodzilla franchise, and a packet of Lucky Strikes. That and a packet of Lucky Strikes, and what do you got? No pictures. Way before camera. I went on a date with a guy who once had a 7-foot Godzilla statue. Okay, well, we saw that one. And of course, Jagai. We'll be bringing him back when we do Godzilla versus MechaGodzilla. That's the only movie this guy showed up in, was Godzilla. I'm sorry, Godzilla versus Megalon. Godzilla versus Megalon, they had a contest, and kids sent in their robot hero, and this was the one that won. So let's put it back on the shelf there in front of Megalon. Okay, so next time on General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. We're going to go way back to the original Gamera movie, Gamera the Invincible. You remember Gamera, right? Hey, Hazzard, do you remember Gamera?
I remember Gamera, and I know what you're doing. I'm going to get it up there. I promise.
Yeah. Okay.
We want to do a
the
quick
original
shout
Gamera.
out to Ruby Ray, because that's the reason why I'm named Millie. I'm named Millie because Ruby Ray said that I remind her of her aunt Millie, and that's where we got the name Millie from. So it's actually Ruby that named
Hey,
me. Yeah.
what are you doing? You were named by your mother.
I'm breaking
She
down the
named
fourth
you
wall. I'm breaking it
Maleficent. She named you Maleficent,
down.
and
Okay, there's a
it
whole
was shortened at the Millie.
backstory. That's right. That's right.
Just like my mama named me Lemuel.
We have real parents because we're real people. Yes, especially with
That's
the
right.
accent.
I'm a
It's
real
whole
person,
thing.
damn it. You're breaking my heart. So, the original Gamera, the Invincible, was in black and white. So, of course, I will do the timeline in color with my colorization program so that we can see it in color. I said when we did the giant claw the same way, it was pretty cool. But somebody else had done a few pictures of the giant claw in color before me. And I was saying, oh, it's the first time you'll see it anywhere in color. So I can't say that now because I'm not sure. But it'll be a timeline in color, which will be nice. We'll be able to do that in color for you. So again, let's bring Millie Hazzard back up. We'll close the show out. Any more questions that we haven't answered yet from people?
We haven't had any, but Replay Squad, you can still ask your questions, and the general will go back.
Because they didn't know we were going to happen now.
They didn't know. We were off. We had some tornadoes. We had a Sharknado. There was a
Yeah.
Sharknado, and it blew up all of the Sharknado stuff. So
Well, again, I'm glad that you didn't get taken away by a twister.
Me too. I'm so
So
glad.
glad you're safe.
I'm not with little Toto in Kansas.
You're not there with trees that can talk. Hey, what would you do if I picked something off of you, huh? Watch out for them blue flying monkeys. Bad.
Bad idea.
Flying monkeys, bad.
The worst. The absolute worst. I hate those things. They don't have any compassion in their eyes either.
Yeah, dodge that bullet.
Yeah, we dodged that bullet.
Stay out of them poppy fields.
Definitely don't stay out there.
Poppies. I don't know if I'm sure everybody caught that reference even when it first came out in '39. I'm sure everybody went, "Oh, poppies." So
that peach tea is getting us a little silly. We're getting
so
silly
anyway.
with
I'll tell you that when we talked about MechaGodzilla farting his way away from that scene, I don't think I'm ever going to break up that bad again. I hope not. I'm pouring myself another glass of peach tea right now. Mango peach tea.
That makes all the difference, the mango.
So I'll
Ruby Ray Moore said,
salute
y'all
to
are nuts in
everybody
a good
in
way.
my
Thank
own
you, Ruby. We
way.
love you.
Yeah, you want to tune back into that halfway through the show, I just completely lost it. I completely lost. So, okay, folks, that's it for this General Howitzer's Big Monster Briefing Room. Millie Hazzard and I say, keep an eye out for those big monsters out there, huh?
And thank you, Cadet Morales and Cadet Moore, for being here, and for all of the replay squad. Make sure you hit rewind, because you do want to see the general. He got a little wonky, and we kind of lost.
Did I get
wonky? It was worth it. It was hilarious. There's got to be a TikTok. I got to make a TikTok.
We're used to her going up.
This one, but then this one.
But I totally went up. I'm sorry. It was fart humor, and I just totally went up.
He used the fart button and everything. It was fabulous.
Yes, that's what set me off, was I was using the fart box, and that's what attracted Ruby Ray Moore to the show. She showed up just a few minutes after. So a lot of good stuff about MechaGodzilla in this hour. Go back and watch it. And again, we'll see you next time with Gamera, the Invincible, in color.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.